All right, so you guys probably remember Tony Gaskin. We covered Tony Gaskin once upon a time here when he attacked all the podcasters. He's also a relationship coach. He attacked the other podcasters such as what's their name? The Initiator, Hardly Initiated, and what's his name? We just covered him recently. Lataras from the Dear Future Wifey. He attacked them that all of them are not, they're not clean. That he's the only clean guy. So let's listen to Tony Gaskin here again.
Hey, somebody wrote me talking about somebody was on TikTok talking about I'm unfaithful to my wife. You got to be stupid. You ought to be lined up and hit with tomato cans and cans of paint. You think I'm gonna build my entire life on integrity, dignity, consistency, purity, and be out here cheating on my wife? You absolutely stupid. And then, have you even seen my wife? Like, my wife ain't got to wear makeup. My wife don't have an enemy in the world. The nicest person you done ever met. Her friends will absolutely kill for her. Like, she don't have an enemy. She don't start arguments. She don't stress me. She don't bother me. She don't worry me. If I want to work 1 hour a day or if I want to work 16 hours a day, she don't bother me either way. Don't have to wear makeup. Don't have to wear lashes. Don't have to get a BBL. Don't have to do nothing out of the norm. Not no blow up doll, not no pin up doll, not no full of plastic, not none of all of that. And you think I'm finna cheat on her? With who? With who? With who the rappers out here sleeping with? With who? Who else I'm finna sleep with? Dummy! You got to be stupid. I'm gonna tell you this right here. You find any human being, any human being, alien. I'm gonna let you anywhere in the galaxy. You could go to Mars, Pluto, if that still exists, Saturn. You find a can of paint, a tomato can. You can find an ant from ant life. Any being in the world that say they in an affair with me, I'll give you $10 million right now. Right now, I'll give you $10 million. I'll sell all 20 of my companies. I'll sell the rights to all 20 plus of the books that I done published. I'll sell all the rights to Tony Gaskin's Academy with over 100 online courses. I'll sell my mentor.life. I'll sell Billionaire Labs. I'll sell Virtue Tank LLC, all my tech projects. I'll sell everything and give it to you right there on live in front of the president, in front of the prime minister, in front of Scaruto, Maduro, everybody in the world. If you find any human being, if you find a blow-up doll, if you find an AI robot that say they in an affair with me, you can have it all. Put my life on that. Put that on my 2 amazing sons. Put that on anything I love. Hey, somebody wrote me talking about somebody was on
All right. Wow. I don't know if let me do translation. I do understand him very well, but let me just, for those of you that may not, he's talking about somebody accused him of possibly cheating on his wife. Okay. Now, Tony Gaskin is an interesting character to me. I think he has good content. Let me say that first. When it comes to relationship coaching, I do think he has good content. But some people feel like he might come off as judgmental sometimes. But I see that more so as he has more like traditional values, right? He sticks to traditional relationship or faith-based type rhetoric, and he doesn't care if that crosses the line of woke, what you might consider to be woke. He doesn't, for me, my own style is I look at all angles. Like, there's multiple variables here. It's not just a one-way thing. And if we don't tailor it to people's personal stories, then it becomes useless because they will eventually have internal battles and it's not sustainable, right? To me, that doesn't mean you tolerate nonsense. It just means you understand that you can't put human beings in a box, right? Or your own box, right? So yes, some people deem him as judgmental. As a matter of fact, I when he attacked the other podcaster, it was quite judgmental because he was basically saying, But some of those guys too, they've since scattered. If you look at tonight's conversation, the podcast, they scattered their whole team scattered because I mean, I guess you could say he was right all along, right? So I would say he carries more of a tough love type of tone, traditional values, and then but there's something that I preach a lot, which is self accountability, which is the only form of accountability that works, in my opinion. I think he speaks to that a lot, and then he's just telling you what he believes. So, but now he's saying people are trying to drag him. Maybe he's possibly cheating on his wife, and he said like, how, with who? He has a point, honestly. If you really internalize the idea that you are with the person that you value, it's probably going to be that much difficult to just jump at anything in the streets, right? So usually when people jump at anything in the street, there's a void they're trying to fill. Doesn't mean it's your fault as a wife or a husband or the person that got cheated on, but there's a void they're trying to fill. It might be childhood trauma, it might just be what they learned growing up, and they're always looking to fill that gap. So there's a lot more to it than just I'm a holier than thou person, which is what he sounds like right now. I'm so holy, I will never. But then when you listen deeper into what he's saying, he's just trying to say like, listen, what I have is what I want. Now, if you listen to the part where it was saying, but she don't wear no makeup, she doesn't have to wear, then some people might take an offense to that, So, but I appreciate him because it's one of the few people that live that life of what they're preaching, from what we can see, it's not just being a relationship coach without being married. There's a lot of relationship coaches that are not married. Do you have to be married to be a relationship coach? No, the answer is no. Okay, the answer is no. However, that fact will be scrutinized if you end up in a problem. Okay, if you end up and there's a disconnect between what you're preaching, and that's going to be a problem. There's another guy, I forgot his name now. One guy with a dread like that, who is also a relationship coach. He's not married, and he's been single for ages, and it looks like he's about to turn 70. Okay, so that person right there, again, he says a lot of good things. He teaches a lot of good stuff. In fact, he has a lot of viral content on the internet about relationship. But not being married, that leaves like a gap for questioning, just in case you end up like a Derrick Jackson. But speaking of Derrick Jackson, you can also flip it and say, but Derrick Jackson was married all along, and he became one of the fakest relationship coach there is. Okay, so there you have it. So it just all depends. So I don't think you have to be married, but that means you have to really, really know your shit, and it has to make sense across the board, at least to people's story. But I think it adds to your credibility if you practice what you preach, and you're actually living that life. And not only that, you can connect the dots. You actually have the experience of what of the seeds you're trying to sow into other people's lives, But Tony Gaskin, if you don't listen closely to what he's saying, it did come off quite like, who is this guy? What kind of level of arrogance is this? But sometimes arrogance is just confidence. And sometimes that's what you think you call confidence is just arrogance. But also, here's one thing that's true across the board. The same measure that you judge, ye shall be judged. Okay, this is true across the board as well. Okay, let me read your comment. Kudira says, not necessarily on the streets. What about close relatives? If this was not seen, it would not be a discussion. We are convinced sometimes where the truth lies. Yeah, conviction. I agree. I don't know what you're speaking to, but I agree that there's conviction that has to follow everything. And that's all. But anyway, hit the like button. Let me know what you think about Tony Gaskins. If you follow him, is he your cup of tea? Do you like the kind of teaching that I think is valuable in our streets? Because again, if you can come out with his full chest and say, hey, this is the life I live, I preach this, I teach this, and I think I can. We need more people like that. And then in terms of, is he too judgmental? I think how they say, posterity, I think time will tell, and that's true for all of us. So it's not even about him. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified whenever we go live. I'll be right back with some other trendy stories around the world.
This is Ola, Man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number One Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.